Hey guys, I'm Rumbie. I've been here since day one. I'm going to continue to be here for Alfred. As some of you know, the police have continued to try to silence our voices. They've tried to take away our right to assemble and speak up for how we feel. The property owner at Poncho's says that he's given us enough time to grieve. I don't exactly know who died and made him king of like grievance time, but I don't think 3 weeks is enough for anybody to grieve anyone. So no matter what anybody has to say about us, we're going to continue to stand for Alfred and other families who have went through this. Because yesterday I went to the National Day of Brutality in City Heights, and I heard of so many heartbreaking stories of other people who have had to deal with the same situation. And we don't know anything about that because no one publicized it. It's not that this stuff isn't happening and Alfred is the only one. It's just that no one puts it out there. So no matter where you are, keep an eye open. If you see the police there, turn on your Facebook Live. Catch them in whatever they're doing. Make it so that it's impossible for them to dispute the stuff they're doing, because there's no way that we can continue to live in a world where the police kill us, but they're supposed to protect us. I always say power is knowledge, so we're going to be smarter. We're not going to, we're going to continue to protest, we're going to continue to march, but we're going to start fighting smarter instead of harder. Instead of standing outside and waiting for them to come to us and harass us, we're going to start going in your courtrooms, we're going to start going in your council meetings, we're going to study just like you study. And we're going to come for you just like you come for us, but we're going to be smarter about it, we're going to be more intelligent about it, and we're going to continue to have a voice. No matter how many of us you try to arrest and keep on false charges, we will continue to come, and we will continue to stand for Alfred. We will continue to stand for every single family that has went through this, and we refuse to be silenced. We are Generation Now, and we want justice now. We refuse to stand back and continue to speak in peace while you continue to harass us and attack us, and all we're asking is for you to fire gun slaves and arrest him and indict him for what he did. Because if he was a different color, of a different race, he'd be in jail now. So I don't see what the big difference is. Just because he has a badge does not mean you are excused to continue to commit crimes. If you do something, you should be held accountable. If I do something, I should be held accountable. I think that's all I got. So, power is knowledge. Do your research. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? My name is Keith, and I'm from El Cajon City. I'm a transplant here, but I'm still here. And it was the last Tuesday of the last September of his life. On that afternoon of the 27th, it took officers nearly an hour to respond, but less than 2 minutes to kill him. Alfred Olango was shot 5 times. The police were called to serve and protect, not to shoot, to kill. Alfred Olango wasn't a suspect. He was a victim. He was troubled. He was not in trouble. He had broken no law. He had done them no harm. He was unarmed, and now he is dead and gone. This is why we are here. We are the concerned citizens demanding change when it comes to the policing of our community. We are the law-abiding Americans aggressively advocating for immediate, effective, and extensive training to maximize de-escalation whenever possible. We are outraged by the blatant disrespect, the insensitivity, and terroristic attacks by the El Cajon City Police Department and the San Diego Sheriff Department. We are demanding that the murderer, Officer Richard Gonzalez, is fired immediately, charged, and ultimately convicted of second-degree murder. We've been peacefully practicing our First Amendment right, even though we all know that the Constitution and Bill of Rights weren't written with the plan of people of color being in mind. We have been peaceful in our protest out of respect and empathy to the Olango family. It's an honor and my duty to let them know that we haven't forgotten the unnecessary and brutal killing of Alfred Olango, and he will have justice. This is why we passionately preserved his vigil for 19 days, only vacating when forced by the police, and I mean forced by the police. We have been peacefully bringing awareness to the police brutality, and we will continue to do so until justice is finally for all. We will continue to fight for every black man, black woman, and black child, and every other person who has been oppressed by this system. Too many unarmed black men are being killed. Death in hashtags. Death in hashtags. When we stop being a trending topic on Facebook and Twitter and other social media. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, where Keith Scott was killed. Another unarmed black man. And just a week later, up the street from my house, down the street from here, Alfred Olango was shot 5 times by the police. When we would demand our God-given rights, and not to just demand them, but fight to get them and die to keep them, when we no longer be afraid. There's no better chance than now, no better time than now to start uniting. Blacks, browns, fight together. Fight to defeat the oppressive system that kills us like it's the purge. Justice or else. Justice for Alfred Olango. Say his name.
Alfred Olango.
Say his name.
Alfred Olango.
Say his name.
Alfred Olango.
Justice or else.
First off, I want to appreciate and thank everybody for coming out here. There's a lot of faces that I've seen out here since the beginning who's been out here putting in a lot of time, giving up a lot of your free time and things like that to be here, so you are appreciated. You are definitely a part of this, and it is a multifaceted approach. It is not just what we do with legislation, but as far as when we show up, we show community, right? We show strength, right? Right now, looking out here, this is strength, right? This is our community. And to speak on that, one of the things that we've been doing since it has started, AJ over here with Police Are Police, there's been in the side of this tragedy, great things have come. Some of the leaders you see here, right here, the ones that are in the audience right now that are in front of the camera, there's a lot of people emerging and stepping up to the plate. And in the spirit of that, in the spirit of stepping up to the plate, I would urge you all to come out on the Saturdays. We've been doing this thing. It's been a community barbecue. It's completely free. All it is about is building community. So when things like this happen, it's not like a scramble effect, right? We all know who it is. We all know where everyone is. So we all know how to support, right? So that's going to be Saturdays at 3 at Hillside Park. And speaking, a lot of you don't know, some of you do know, I got arrested out there, right? And speaking what Pastor Bowman was saying out there, seeing some of the things that the people have to go through, right? They say a lot of times that they are here to protect us, serve us, right? And that we should hold them to that standard. And what a lot of people don't understand is that July 25th, 2005, the Supreme Court Justice ruled that it is not the police's job to protect and serve us, but only to uphold the law. And if that's what they're going to do, then uphold the law, right? Upholding the law isn't pointing weapons at unarmed civilians, all right? Upholding the law isn't having male officers take down women. Upholding the law isn't arresting people and not knowing their charges, not reading them their rights, and having them without understanding what their charges are. That is not upholding the law. You cannot have a community and try to police a community if you are not one with that community, if you not understand that community. So, in our efforts to move forward, again, I urge you to come out here, meet who your community is, see the things that we have going, vote locally. Okay, because I understand a lot of people don't understand the power of voting locally. We're not talking about presidential right here. Voting locally, making your voice heard, making the changes you want to see. And if you ask me what is the power of voting, I say, okay, right now we don't have a citizens review board, right? Okay, but if that's something that we wanted into place, well, we need your voice for that, correct? That is the power of voting, right? Right now, there's nothing to break the blue code of silence. If we wanted to put a policy in place to break that up, we would need your voice. So voting locally is very important. And above all, justice for Alfred Olango. That is not something that is just a hashtag. We are not just here merely potential hashtags. This is this hashtag right here. No more. Not one more. This hashtag right here, it will no longer be. We will not put up with this, okay? Right. And I need everybody to show up. Everybody to show up. Get involved. Be a part of this. Because one voice is a strong voice. All right? Say his name.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ebony Lee. I prepared a speech, but before I start, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been on the ground with us since day one. There's been a team, about 20 of us, that have been out there risking ourselves on the front line, being beat up, bullied, antagonized by the police, and we have stood up, and we will continue until we have justice for Alfred Olango. We want justice for Alfred Olango, and we will not go anywhere until we get it. Over the last 26 days, the El Cajon community leaders have compiled a list of demands that we want heard and met. We don't understand why Mayor Bill Wells has not even reached out to us, has not even offered us any type of conversation. Are we not afforded to talk with you, Mr. Wells? We're asking that you get in contact with one of our community leaders ASAP. Our opinions matter and our voices need to be heard. We are asking for the indictment of Richard Gonzalez for the murder of Alfred Olango under California Penal Code 187, murder in the second degree. We are also asking that Richard Gonzalez be terminated. He's sitting at home right now getting paid administrative leave. You can't murder anybody and then get paid for it.
That's right.
That's not okay, and we will not stand for that either. Richard Gonzalez murdered Alfred Olango with no regards, and now he's rewarded. Is there no accountability? No transparency? And we, the concerned citizens of El Cajon, we the residents, the students, the community, we are committed to seeking justice, and we are here for the long fight. Trust me when I say that we are not going away, and we want justice for Alfred, and we want it right now. We want the Department of Justice to step in and take over with an independent investigation of the murder of Alfred Olango. It has been 26 days, and we have heard nothing from Bonnie Dumanis. We cannot wait for her to step in and investigate the same murdering cops that she has lunch with. This would be a foolish request, and I'm telling you right now, we are not fools. We have heard nothing from Bonnie Dumanis, but we're not surprised because when was the last time Ms. Dumanis has sat down to talk to anybody in any community? We are demanding a civilian review board to oversee police conduct be established in El Cajon City. Just 7 weeks before Alfred Olango was murdered, the El Cajon City Council rejected a recommendation from the San Diego County Grand Jury to establish a civilian review board in El Cajon, citing that such a review board would not be beneficial to the communities of El Cajon. I don't know who they asked. Why are we, the community, the civilians, not allowed to establish a structure, a board for us, by us? Why? What type of system would want to not allow the people, the community, to not have a say? Star Bells and Bob McLennan, they're both up for re-election for the same city council that voted against the community having a voice. This is not right, and this is unjust. How are we to trust that either candidate has the community in their best interest when they don't even care if we can oversee police conduct? Oh yes, the concerned citizens of El Cajon, yeah, we vote too. Yes. We are a community that cares. We are a community that has bounded together over this tragedy, and we are going to stay united. We will continue to stand, and we will continue to fight. It will take all of the community of El Cajon to pull together, as we have, to continue to seek justice and change for Alfred Olango. Please join us for the International Day of Remembrance for Victims of Police Brutality. This event will be hosted by the family of Alfred Olango on Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Road Beat Center. The address is 2100 Park Boulevard, San Diego, California, 92101. I want to thank everybody who's came out today to show your solidarity and your support and to help us push the movement towards finding justice for Alfred Olango. I want to leave you with this. Richard Gonzalez, you didn't just take a son, a brother, a father away from the Olango family. You took a son, a brother, a father away from the community of El Cajon. And we will not stop fighting until we have justice. Say his name. Say his name.